going on, guys? Team PCD here. Today we got a top 8 Centur-Ion deck profile at the OKC Regional. What was your name and how'd you do?
Hi, my name's Chris. I took 6th place here in OKC playing pure Centur-Ion hand traps.
Heck yeah. All right.
So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
I started with, of course, 3 copies of Centurion Primera, 3 plus a draw and lockbird target of Bonfire of Centurion Trudea, 3 copies of the best field spell and my favorite one, Stand Up Centurion, as well as a copy of Terraforming, which is in the middle of the deck and I messed up.
Right.
We've got 3 copies of Emblema Oath, all the standard Centurion package that takes care of the basics, and then into the weird stuff for the Centurion deck. I'm playing in the main deck Autry, Gargoyle, here's that Terraforming, Bonds, Wake Up, Synchro Rumble, and 2 copies of Phalanx to round out the Centurion card package.
All right, you played all the cards.
I played all of the main deck soft bricks,
and
I loved having all of them in the main deck at one point or another. 2 trap feels fantastic when you draw enough of your engine cards going first, and then siding down to 1 trap going second was always a thing. Whenever I sided all of these out.
What?
Every single time.
No way. For going second?
For going second.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah.
How was Bonds? Because I noticed a lot of people cutting Bonds. Do you actually use that card? Is it worth it?
So sometimes it was very worth it. If I drew too many normal summons, I could use Primera in order to search Bonds and then pitch a Trudea in order to get extra names off of the Bonds so that I could use Field Spell and Bonds to get double names.
Yeah.
So that's the main deck engine. And then the real winners of the deck is the huge pile of hand traps. So, first and foremost, we've got 2 copies of Nibiru. Never want to draw a second one, so 2 copies kind of helped. 3 copies of Imperm. Not turning on talents is important. I played a small bestial pop package in order to make a level 10 in the extra, as well as Banishing Darks and Lights, because Fiendsmith and Stupid Ubel are still really good decks. So a Magnamut, a Baldrake, and the 2 Druid Worms.
Nice. And you say they performed really good for you?
Yeah. Bestials always perform really good. I kind of got glutted on them 1 or 2 times, drawing too many copies, but I think it was still well worth playing all of them.
Nice.
After that, I played 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Yes, they're all different rarities. Yes. Have a great day.
Unashamed.
Then I played 3 copies of DD Crow in the main.
Crazy.
Yeah, 3 DD Crow in the main helped against the Azamina decks, and it also gave me extra reach for extra copies of these versus Ubel and Snake Eye decks only play 1 Flamberge now. If you banish the Flamberge, they kind of cry a little bit.
Nice.
Crazy. After that, I played 2 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit here in the main. Ghost Ogre beat all of my opponents who happened to be in the matchup in the mirrors, and it also killed a ton of continuous spell cards like Nightmare Pain all day today. The 39th card is a copy of Called by the Grave, just in case. And the 40th card is a one of Molcharmi Fubulos.
Oh, jeez.
Because I only own 1 of them, because it's too expensive.
You pulled it too?
Not even for the crossout target.
Not even for the crossout, just there because I wanted 1 last card. I only owned the 1. I saw it once going first and discarded it for a field spell, and once going second against a Centurion Mirror, and my opponent chose not to keep playing whenever I activated it. They ended on Centur-Ion Trap, and set up for a first level 12. Alright, let's move on to the extra deck. I have been having a little bit of issues here locally, here in OKC, playing against Kashtira monsters. So, if you'll notice here at the start of the extra deck, I am on 2 copies of Legacia, 2 copies of Primera Primus, a Oxilla, and 2 copies of Crimson Dragon for our targets of 2 Blazars and a Red Supernova Dragon. I'm still playing Red Supernova Dragon because I have played against too many copies of Fire King Island today. And Fire Kings cannot out this card because it can't be destroyed by card effects.
Oh, crazy.
And so if they can try to make it bigger, and then if they go to attacks, it just banishes their board.
Jeez.
You never have to activate it until they go for like an SP Little Knight, which then they're using that on this card and not on the rest of your board.
Solid.
Solid plays. After that, we've got Chaos Angel, Lights and Darks. You make 4s and 6s using your hand traps. It's a good option that is always available to you, as well as 1 copy of Enigmaster Packbit. Packbit actually won me a couple games by being able to replay Primera out of the graveyard after I got stopped, and then it also forces some opponents to go into weird lines of play because they cannot deal with removing the Packbit somehow.
Yeah, I just gotta say real quick. Okay, I played Centur-Ion too. We dueled today, and you summoned that against me. And it was kind of a headache because it has the effect when it's sent to the grave and on summon to place.
From graveyard, yeah.
Which is crazy in a grind game.
Yeah, it made it to where I was never going to run out of materials.
Right.
All right, that's all for the effective real cards.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. After that, we've got some reasonable cards. Superstar Slayer Typhon. I've made multiple Typhon, and I won multiple games off of Hand Trap Wars, make Typhon afterwards. Card's good for this deck in particular, because your normal summon is often going to get stopped, and then you're just going to put Typhon on top of it and pray it works. It works sometimes it doesn't, but it worked enough today for me. I'm on a copy of AA Zeus the Sky Thunder. I'm playing talents in the boards in order to take Xyz monsters, but more importantly, I have 3 times today first action Xyz summon into Typhon using double Centur-Ion name.
Gotta love to see it.
First action on turn 3, make Zeus activate Zeus. Opponents aren't able to keep playing whenever you do that, and then you're able to use the follow-up that you had added throughout the course of the 2 turns in order to replay the entire board afterwards.
So that's why you got 6 plays, huh?
My last card is a copy of Psychic End Punisher.
Whoa. Okay.
I had on occasions getting stopped on an 8 and then normaled a level 3 tuner hand trap. I did not play it a single time today. It looked pretty in the extra deck.
It is nice looking.
Alright, finally, we're going to go into the side deck. First up is 3 copies of Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. I didn't bring it in a single time today. It was always an option if I was going second in going into time. However, that never happened. Anytime I were going into time, I was going first. So, after that is 3 copies of Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. Whenever going second, I'm bringing out the soft bricks in the deck, and I'm going up Mourners in order to be able to play harder into the hand trap play patterns. Next up is 1 copy of Centurion Emmett the Sixth. Whenever I bring all of my side bet card, my weak non-starter cards out that are all extenders and bonus plays, including Gargoyle, I go back to Emmett. Emmett makes for better grind game play than Gargoyle does. So being able to reset the same Centurion names over and over and over again will make it to where I did not lose whenever it got to turn 4 or above, ever.
Wild. Wow.
After that is 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone is a very good card. It is very important to maintain that there is still back row decks, there is still cards and spells that you need to banish. Whether that's Azumina cards, Fire King field spells, mirror matches, it's important. Last up is 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. Again, whenever we go down all of the additional engine, we go up these cards in order to be able to, guaranteed, in order to be able to play. And then depending on how far out we need, there's also the Cosmics that can come in. The last card in the extra deck is 3 copies of Deck Lockdown. This card sucks.
No way, really?
This card is terrible. I don't know why I played it. I lost every game I saw it.
Really?
Yeah, they just went Phoenix Pop it and keep playing every single time. It didn't stop a single player from playing the game. In fact, against most of my opponents, when they played Deck Lockdown, it just locked them out of their own deck. And I just got to keep playing. Turns out Centur-Ion places into the back row and doesn't special summon. You draw cards instead of adding them. It's perfectly fine. This card is good. This card is good in a vacuum, and testing this card is good.
On the ban list,
but it's not.
I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good.
Okay.
I'm not sure what else I would have played. I might have played Solemn Strike in this position instead.
Did you think about any of the Silhouette Rabbit, like weird targets? I was looking at some stuff like that for the side deck. Like, you ever considered something like that?
With my philosophy of Centur-Ion is that I want every single synchro to stay on the board, and I never want to link them off.
Huh.
If I were to make,
I guess.
If I were to use the Bestials as material, it's with Primera to make Chaos Angel. That's why there's no link monsters in my extra deck.
That's our differing philosophy. I was link summoning all over the place, but I lost, so there you go.
All right, guys.
All right, well,
couple quick shout outs.
Some shout outs. Yeah.
A big shout out to the idiots who are around
all
me.
the homies.
They're all homies who play
Sweet.
locals with us. It's a great time.
Cool.
Specific shout out to Jared here. I saw another guy that we know plays Virtual World, and I've only been playing for 2 years, and I have no idea what that deck does, so I asked him for advice.
There you go.
And then it came up, and I ashed Kowloon, and my opponent passed.
Wow. That's what the bros are for.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
And a big shout out over here to Cody specifically. He is very good at the game and very good at teaching me how to play.
We got to have those people around.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate the deck profile, man. Congrats on your top, and it's a nice play, man. And hopefully there are more to come, man.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.